workshop where you will discover OASIS, the open call, and have the possibility to ask all your questions to all the service providers gathered by OASIS. So a quick round about our agenda. So I am Julien from BlueMorpho. Sorry, I forget. So innovation business developer at BlueMorpho. BlueMorpho is a company dedicated to innovation. We are ecosystem designer and moderator. We work with large companies, startups, research organizations, investors. And our aim is to support the emergence of new ventures, new concepts, products, and new collaboration scheme. So I will start this session by introducing this platform that I'm sure not a lot of people know here. I will then we will have an introduction of OASIS by Sonia Flores Fernandez, project coordinator and in charge of coordinating the OASIS project. Unfortunately, Sonia cannot be there with us today, so we will play a video of our presentation. After this presentation, you will have Roman from Amires, that will project manager that will present the open call. We will then have two presentations of two examples of project developed with OASIS that in the currently. So Antonios from Adamant will present the IPNA Comp Tube project, and Paulina from TMPK Partners will present the SeedComp project. Then we'll start the networking session where you will have the ability to move around this networking room that I will present to you to discuss with all the partners, all the service providers. So that being said, so you are here at the central table. You cannot talk. That's normal because only a number of persons can talk. And on the other table, you will have the ability to talk freely. At the top of your interface, you have the mic and camera settings, where you can activate or deactivate your mic and camera when you have the right to do it. At the bottom of the interface, you have a minus button and a plus button that allow you to zoom in or zoom out the presentation and also the tables. Actually, when you zoom out, you will have the ability to see other tables that are around this central table. And there are a total of 8 tables around this one. And you also have a live chat where you can directly type a question if you have in the live chat or where everyone can see them. And you have also a private chat you will see when opening the live chat box. If you want to go to another table, you have 2 ways. First, you have to zoom out by using the minus button at the bottom or with your mouse by scrolling down to see other table. Again, you can either click on join to join other tables or grab your bubble and drop it on another table, the one you want to go. I will explain this again later when we will start the networking session. On the tables, when you will be on other tables, you will be able to, if needed, to share some content or to share your screen. And with the plus button, which is blue, at the top of the table itself. If you have any question, there are 2 BlueMorpho members here with you, myself, Julien Crébassa, and Alice with the BlueMorpho logo on her picture. Innovation business developer also at BlueMorpho. So now, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask one. And if not, I will hand over to Sonia with the video for the presentation of the OASIS Open Call. So it will take a bit more time. And
now, yeah. Okay.
Yes, perfect.
So,
thank you.
Yeah. Yes, OASIS project started in January 2019. So the project is in its 20 months of life. And I would like to present the project objectives and the activities the project is addressing. But first of all, I would like to tell you why OASIS project. Well, you all know that European regulation with respect to CO2 emission is becoming more and more stringent. Sectors such as transport, energy, or construction are demanding lightweight and high-performance materials. Dense metals are being replaced by lighter metal or by polymer composites. However, each one individually does not meet all requirements for mechanical, electrical, and thermal abilities. Moreover, providing multifunctional products expected by these markets at right costs is boosting the need for further integration of functional elements in the structure, and at the same time setting up new processes to reduce cycle time and produce net shape parts. Nanotechnology, combined with other key enabling technologies such as advanced materials and advanced manufacturing, can lead to lighter and multifunctional structures answering major European missions. The introduction of nanotechnologies in metallic and polymer composites in today's industry.
Okay, so apparently some of you don't see the video. Maybe could you raise your hand if you don't see the video playing, except Roman, as I know. Okay, could you all try to refresh your page? So I will try to launch it again.
Wait, Julien, before we start it again, can you all see the video on the screen now? It's not playing, but can you see the screen? Like, raise your hand if you don't see the video on the screen. Okay, it seems okay, so now try to launch it.
Okay, so I will go back to the beginning. So sorry for this.
No? Yeah, okay.
Yes, perfect.
So,
thank you.
Yeah. Yes, OASIS project started in January 2019. So the project is in its 20 months of life. And I would like to present the project objectives and the activities the project is addressing. But first of all, I would like to tell you why OASIS project. Well, you all know that European regulation with respect to CO2 emission is becoming more and more stringent. Sectors such as transport, energy, or construction are demanding lightweight and high-performance materials. Dense metals are being replaced by lighter metal or by polymer composites. However, each one individually does not meet all requirements for mechanical, electrical, and thermal abilities. Moreover, providing multifunctional products expected by these markets at right costs is boosting the need for further integration of functional elements in the structure, and at the same time setting up new processes to reduce cycle time and produce net shape parts. Nanotechnology, combined with other key enabling technologies such as advanced materials and advanced manufacturing, can lead to lighter and multifunctional structures answering major European missions. The introduction of nanotechnologies in metallic and polymer composites in today's industrialized system as part of advanced materials and advanced manufacturing processes in different sectors depend very much on understanding all basic processes that will contribute to overcome the barriers that materials are currently facing to be introduced in the market. Companies are facing several bottlenecks that should be overcome to access new technologies as a first step prior to the implementation of the manufacturing processes as part of manufacturing plants for a specific product answering clients' requirements. The introduction of nanotechnologies in a certain part is limited by the need for specialized expertise. Also, investment costs and access to novel techniques are either too high or not a priority for small or large companies, respectively. On the other hand, individual companies or research organizations do not offer facilities and services covering the full development value chain and range of materials, intermediates, and products. In addition, the development of products based on lightweight, nano-enabled, multifunctional materials may require access to finance and an optimized business plan definition based on the prior exploration of economic impacts. So the solution to this is found in the OASIS universe. OASIS gathers 20 companies and organizations from 7 European countries that are cooperating under the roof of OASIS, aiming at developing advanced manufacturing facilities ecosystem, composed of 12 pilot lines for nano-enabled lightweight materials and associated technological and business support services. So in essence, OASIS aims at developing and organize a sustainable open innovation testbed for innovative scale-up of smart lightweight aluminum and polymer-based composite compounds and products to which companies, and more precisely SMEs, can gain access through a single entry point to develop, test, and adapt new lightweight, high-performance, multifunctional, safe, and environmentally friendly high-value materials, components, and structures in a cost-effective and sustainable way. In this slide, you can see 12 pilot lines, the 12 pilot lines that are being upgraded and upscaling in the frame of the project. These pilot lines are grouped in 3 main groups. 3 pilot lines related to nanoscale structures in unprocessed form with intrinsic functionalities. 4 more pilot lines for intermediate product with nanoscale features, and other 4 pilot lines for nano-enabled products. These 12 pilot lines are in Europe, in Spain, Germany, France, Poland, and Greece. So graphically, when a client knocks on the OASIS SEP looking for light and multifunctional structures, the client access to a network of facilities and services. The client will find 12 pilot lines operating under a sustainable ecosystem that aims at ensuring a competitive, quality, safe, and environmentally friendly production of nano-enabled products. The client will also find technical services going from primary concept to final qualification of the products, including material selection, manufacturing processes, product and process design, modeling and simulation, as well as characterization and testing. In addition, specific services related to nanotechnology, such as sustainable manufacturing diagnosis, environmental and nanosafety, safe by design approaches, and also life cycle analysis can also be found. Lastly, the client will also find business support services to understand market needs and accelerate market commercialization of the products developed. Well, when the client leaves the OASIS Open Innovation Testbed with a solution, he feels he got more than expected. With a feeling the whole development chain was covered, the use case developed in a business is a business opportunity, can be commercially exploitable, and potential investors have been identified. The most important thing is the client will probably be back in the future due to the unique combination of products and services OASIS is offering. One of the strengths of the project is the group of 6 global leaders representing high-impact sectors: mobility, transportation, construction, packaging, and energy, that will implement in real cases the materials and components developed through the 12 pilot lines and associated services. These companies will work on 6 showcases. These companies are OITD clients. These companies are knocking on the OASIS single entry point and are looking for light and multifunctional structures. The showcases target specifications that will be reached by 1 or 2 or 3 or more pilot lines. In terms of products, specific services will be defined and developed for each of the 6 showcases. Several KPIs for the Open Innovation Testbed have been identified and will be validated through the development of the showcases. The success in reaching showcases specifications, in fulfilling the KPIs for the Open Innovation Testbed, in receiving a positive impact from the companies will be an indicator for pilot lines offering the right product and associated services. So the 6 global leaders are developing real cases to validate the pilot line and the associated services. The SEP, the single entry point, will then be ready as a one-stop full package offer for the European industry. Well, OASIS single entry point is ready. The OITB will be and has been open to the industry through an open call to foster innovation in key industrial sectors and support the development and market update of key enabled technologies. Companies will develop demo cases, will access specific services to develop multifunctional nano-enabled products, and this open call has been open. New SMEs, industries, individuals, academia, and RTOs will be attracted. Demo cases will be developed in the course of 6 months, developing specific demonstrators and also accessing to specific services with the aim to develop multifunctional and nano-enabled products. So now I pass the word to my colleague, Roman Pasek, and he will give more details about the open call.
So thank you, Sonia. So now we had the presentation, and as Sonia said, actually, we will pass the word to the presentation. So yes, here we go. So Roman, now the floor is yours. You should be able to talk and change the slide.
Yes, hopefully you can hear.
Yes, we do. If people have issues, do not hesitate to raise your hand.
Okay, good. So hello everyone, my name is Roman Pasek. I'm from Amires consulting company. In the OASIS project, I work as the project manager and also dissemination manager. And also I'm responsible for the organization of the open call. So that's what I'll briefly describe here. So thanks again to Sonia, who unfortunately is not here with us today, but she has described what the project is about and what the offering is about quite well, I think. So now let's get down to the details of the open call. So these are, let's say, the general. This is the general information about the project, which was already mentioned. So I won't go over that again. But there is an important message in the last bullet point there, that each of the demo cases. So those are the, let's say, small projects supported via this open call. All of them should end up in a functional product or a part or a component demonstrator, and also they should have an associated exploitation plan. So we focus quite a lot on the marketability of the developments within the project. But this is of course something that we are able and happy to support within those demo cases. So when so we're talking about the timeline. The call has already been opened for almost a year. We've planned for 2 cutoff dates. So those are the dates when the proposals are being evaluated. One of them has already passed, and we have selected six projects which we developed, which we have started to develop not long ago. And now at the end of July, we'll have the second cutoff. So this is basically the last opportunity for you to apply for the services of OASIS within, let's say, this open call. So I'll explain how the process works later, but it is important to note that you can, let's say, work on the proposal in the submission system that we have up until this deadline date. However, after you, let's say, click on the submit button, you cannot change the proposal anymore. So in terms of eligibility or who can actually apply in this call, we have tried to keep it as open as possible. So basically any type of organizations, so be it company, large and small research organizations, even universities, can apply, regardless also of the size or field of activity. So as you could have seen also from the first presentation, the technologies on offer by OASIS are applicable in a large variety of fields. So we haven't made any limitations in that regard. One important thing to note, though, is that since the aim of the project is also to support the competitiveness of European companies, and mostly SMEs, we have a threshold that a minimum of 50% of the demo cases supported should be those led by SMEs. Which means that in the final ranking, in the final selection, there might come a time for some prioritization when even a, let's say, SME-led proposal with a lower rank will score higher. So the question, why? So what's in it for you as applicants? Why should you be interested? Is that you will get free access to this ecosystem of 12 nanotechnology manufacturing pilot lines and associated services, so be it design, modeling, simulation, characterization, but also the business support services, for example, for the development of lightweight multifunctional products. You will get customized support, so there is no, let's say, one size fits all here, but we will develop your project together with you and offer the best matching services to support your business needs. And let's say, when talking about the detail of the contribution, what you will get is, of course, the labor, so the human resources, up to 20 person months of labor, because these demo cases are limited to 6 months each, so the whole project should take 6 months. And also, of course, the consumables and materials which are required for the production of the pilot lines to end up with a demonstrator, and the access to this infrastructure. I mean, access through the experts who are operating it, of course. Talking about the process itself, the evaluation period, so after the cutoff date, takes about 6 weeks, and then the assignment process starts. So the assignment of the service providers to each case, and the elaboration of the what we call service delivery plan. So that's actually the work plan of the demo case. There will be evaluations from both the technical and the business side of things, and we are also, let's say, looking at the whole portfolio of the cases that have applied, so that we have enough capacity to cover all of them. So the how, the process, it's fairly straightforward, or at least we have tried to keep it as simple as possible. So of course, check out the website of the project. There's all of the relevant information. We have this catalog of services which you can browse through to see what kind of services you could use, and we have the application guidelines. So that's really regarding how to apply for the open call. Then you register through the submission software we have. So that's point number 4. You fill in the application data, so information about you and your company, and also make some preliminary choice of services, what you're interested in. But it is important to note that this is really only preliminary, and the final mix of services will be co-negotiated with us. And you download an application form in the software and fill that in. That should be a document with a maximum of 5 pages. So not too long, not too complicated, clearly structured, so you will know exactly what is expected of you to write in there. And the last thing is that we have this help desk, so it's a phone number or also an email where we try to respond to any queries as quickly as possible. So if you have any difficulties or any questions with the process of application itself, then of course this will be you can ask here and it will be responded to as soon as possible. But also you might have ideas about the potential project, but are not sure whether it's feasible to do. So we strongly encourage everyone to check with us first whether that project idea is technically feasible or also from the business perspective, so that we can talk about it even before you submit your proposal. And I think that was my last slide. So thanks for your attention, and we can talk.
Thank you very much, Roman, for the presentation. Again, if one of the attendees has question, do not hesitate to ask them through the live chat or to ask them directly to Roman after during the networking session. So now I will give the floor to Antonios that will present the IPNA Comp Tube, I hope I pronounce it well, developed with Decathlon in the frame of the first cutoff of the open call that Roman presented. So thanks, Antonios. Now the floor is yours.
Hello, also from my side. My name is Antonios Avliotis. I am another technology expert in Adaman Composites, and I am acting as a service delivery manager for this OASIS demo case that we have been working with Decathlon. We made this small presentation in order to provide you an overview of how a demo case is structured and how the OASIS services and products are helping the company to work on the challenge that they have on their product development. So with this small introduction, the specific demo case that we have been working with Decathlon is actually to provide the top-notch lightweight nano-enabled products and services to one of the largest sporting goods retailer in the world in order to reduce the environmental impact of the sporting goods, because this is one of the most important aspects that now big and products are facing. And not only that, we will say actually finalize and end the project with a public demonstrator that is a hardware, let's say the final product, a badminton racket, that will be built in order to explain this product benefits also to the society and the customers themselves. So if we want to go in more detail, in any product, in the sporting goods, the environmental impact of the product is going to be a priority in the product development. So as in this line, also the Decathlon is working actively on this in order to reduce the impact and studies various technical solutions in order to include them in the life cycle assessment of the product. So in this case, the OASIS nanotechnology service and product offering is coming up, and the objective of the specific demo case that we have developed with Decathlon is to assess specific nano-modified materials that various partners have been developed inside the OASIS pilot lines towards a more resilient and more durable product that has direct impact on the LCA of analysis that is performed, to provide a better insight of the curing process that is enabled, so that better insight of the manufacturing process of the product, and in order to define more environmental friendly techniques and parameters for the specific product, and also to inform Decathlon on the current developments of the nanoparticle technology and define a roadmap for future product developments, including introductory training on the nanomaterial safety and the respective regulatory aspects that are very, very important when a consumer product is developed. If we want, let's say, to go and to see how the products and the service of the OASIS ecosystem is offered to the customer. So, in this case, the Decathlon. In the middle, and we have the material solutions like the ultralight flexible CNT doped veils that are produced by the TMBK partners, that along with the CNT-enabled pre-impregnated CFRPs are integrated in a single product that then is characterized by various partners in our ecosystem, like the University of Patras and the University of Castilla-La Mancha in Spain, And also, and then these materials are sent to the Decathlon in order to produce the components that they will test they will test in order to evaluate the performance and also to manufacture the demonstrator. In parallel with this, let's say, technical roadmap, we also, along with the IPC, we offer a process simulation of the manufacturing process that is used in Decathlon in order, as we said before, to validate and see how we can make it even more eco-friendly. And last but not least, as we have discussed, SIA from France, they are, let's say, providing nanomaterials training to the product development team of Decathlon in order to introduce them in the capabilities and the opportunities that are created by the use of nanomaterials, but also to provide them also the necessary materials, the necessary knowledge, how the nanomaterials can be, let's say, utilized in a regulatory environment. So this is, let's say, a small example how a demo case is structured and how the services are offered to the final customer. I think with that I am, let's say, finished. I try to be very quick in order to give you a sort of overview of that, and if you need any more details, we can, let's say, speak on the respective table later on.
Thank you very much Antonios, for this very interesting presentation that shows how OASIS can support project development in a wide range of vertical businesses. For example, last year we presented the showcases that were in the field of buildings, automotive, aerospace, and now we have a new example of the possibilities of OASIS in the field of sports, which is really, really good. I will now give the floor to Paulina, who will present us the SeedComp project. Unfortunately, we have to keep the name of the supported company, supported organization secret here, but you'll see that that is also a very interesting use case of what can be done or achieved thanks to OASIS. So now, Paulina, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paulina Latko-Dorałek, and I work in TMBK Partners, SME from Poland. And now I'm working also as a service delivery manager for that demo case, SeedComp demo case, which is about lightweight composite seats components for the railway industry. So the company, which is in the demo case, produce seats for the trains, mainly for trains, and they are mainly based on the metallic components. Now the company is switching the portfolio to produce the lightweight composites, which will be used afterwards to produce the seats for the trains. Therefore, they need to face with some challenges when they're switching the materials from the metallic to composite one. So 3 challenges were identified, specified for that demo case. And on that challenges, we'll be working with the selected materials from the OASIS catalog of services. So the first one is to provide the surface electrical conductivity of the glass fiber reinforced polymers to allow them be painted by the powder painting process. The second one is to provide resistance to fire of the whole composites because the composites for the railway industry needs to comply with tough flammability regulations. And the third challenge in that demo case is to design the new shape of the cantilever. And the cantilever is the part which keeps the seats together, and it also keeps and fixes the seats to the wall on the train. So from the OASIS ecosystem, the company selected 5 partners. TMBK and Fraunhofer will offer the new type of the materials. TMBK is from Poland, Fraunhofer is from Germany. From the technical services, they selected University of Patras from Greece, CEA from France for the nano safety issues, and Amires as a business support for that demo case, and Amires is from Czech Republic. So the selected nanomaterials, as I said, there are two types of the new innovative materials developed within OASIS projects. So TMBK will offer carbon nanotubes doped base. They are ultra-light bales, non-wovens, which contain carbon nanotubes. Because of the presence of the carbon nanotubes, they can provide the surface electrical conductivity of the glass fiber reinforced polymers, because they will be put on the surface of the composites. Fraunhofer will offer the new type of the flame retardant nanoparticles, and they will be mixed with the epoxy resin to provide the resistance to fire of the whole composites. In the comparisons to the typically used flame retardant particles, this offered by the Fraunhofer are environmentally friendly, and they do not change the color of the resin, which is also very important for the company. From the technical services offered in the catalog of services, the company selected University of Patras because they will be working on the new model of the cantilever using the finite element analysis. And also, CEA will be working on the nanosafety training for the demo case beneficiary. So it will include all of the aspects related to the how to proceed with the nanomaterials, because that topic is new for the demo case beneficiary. And as Amires, as Broman said, it's necessary to include the business service in each demo case. So Amires will do the analysis of the possible European fundings for the demo case beneficiary, and also will be working on the analysis of the potential suppliers of the materials selected also by the pointed out by the company. So Amires will give the business support for that demo case. And finally, I would like to see how the workflow was planned for that demo case. So TMBK will provide different types of the carbon nanotube doped bales, and Fraunhofer will provide different type of the flame retardant nanoparticles. Before working with that, CA will give the nanosafety training for the demo case beneficiary. And those two types of the nanomaterials will be passed to the company, and they will be working with that to produce the new types of the glass fiber reinforced polymers using these nanomaterials. Parallelly, University of Patras will be working through these 6 months projects on the modeling of the new shape of the cantilever. And in the end of the project, the most effective configuration of the non-wovens and configuration of the flame retardant nanoparticles will be selected, and that composites will be used to produce the demo case, because the public demonstrator needs to be provided in the end of the project. So it will be the fragment of the cantilever or the fragment of the seats made from the developed composite materials. I think it's all. So thank you for your attention. If you have more questions about that demo case, about the process of submission, the proposal, or also if you want to ask about the CNT doped base, please visit table number 4. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paulina, for the presentation. Again, a very interesting example of OASIS support application. So now we have discovered OASIS, we have learned how to apply, we discovered some example. I suggest we start the networking phase of this session by giving you the possibility to ask all your questions to service providers. So how this will happen? So each service provider is assigned to a table from table 1 to table 8 that I will give you the detail after. So as I said at the beginning, to move yourself or to go to a table, you have to zoom out the interface with the minus button at the bottom, or with your mouse by scrolling down, and you will see other table appearing, and you can join them either by grabbing your bubble and drop it on the table you want to go, or by simply clicking on join on the table you want to go. That being said, if there is any question about how it works, do not hesitate to raise your hand or to type. We will be happy to help you using the platform. In case you face issues with technical issues with the platform, do not hesitate to refresh. You will be led directly here to the central table, and then you will be able to start moving again around the room. So on table 1 at the bottom left, you will be able to meet UCLM and the Fraunhofer 2 and Fraunhofer Institute to talk about nanoparticles for thermal management and lightweight, and also pultrusion process for lightweight and smart function integration. On table 2, you will meet the CEA to talk about synthesis of nanoparticles and nanomaterials, to talk about the possibility of printed electronic and the trainings on nanosafety. On table 3, Technalia will answer all your question about Bucky papers, nano-reinforced aluminum alloys, and high-pressure die casting. Table 3 is at the top right. On table 4 on the left, you can meet adamant composites and TMDK partners to talk about nano-intermediates, CNT-doped veil, as Paulina said, and nano-enabled prepregs and plates. On table 5 on the right, you can meet with IPC and sister plant to talk about resin transfer molding, stamping and overmolding regarding IPC, and product process engineering regarding sister plant. On table 6, you can meet University of Patras and the Alfred Wegener Institute, talk about the associated services, the services that are associated to the pilot lines regarding the design, the testing and characterization, or also the simulation. On table 7, you can ask all your questions to Roman, and I'm not sure we have someone from Ventures regarding the open call, the catalog of services, and the business services that are provided in OASIS. On table 8, the table 8 will remain free. If you want to go through further discussion, do not hesitate to go there, because this is a free space. And of course, Alice and I will be here to support you for the technical aspects. So do not hesitate to come here to ask your question. There will be always someone from Blumorpho to help you with the tool. So here is the layout of the room. So do not hesitate to come back here if you look for information. I will keep displaying this layout so you have all the information you need to choose the partner or the service provider you want to talk to. So enjoy this networking session. I will ask the service provider to join their tables, and people might come to ask questions. If you have questions, I think you can raise your hand. We can take direct questions, and I will be happy to answer the questions for you.